Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Work in Progress podcast. I'm Tubbs.
I'm Dale.
I'm Rachel.
And we have a very special episode for you guys today.
What makes it so special, you ask? We're going to find out through the course of this podcast.
I just said that because I think that's what you're supposed to say to get people to keep listening. All the way to
Wait
the
till
end.
the end.
Yeah, wait
Stuff
till the
happens.
End. Dang, I think I just ruined it.
Oh. So today we have some topics for you guys. Also, we have
Imagine that.
a segment that we came up with because podcasts have segments. That's a thing. Look it up. So what have you guys been up to?
Busy.
Yeah. Same. Busy. Having a good time at work lately.
Me too. We've missed a couple weekends because of work.
Yeah.
A couple podcasts, rather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Getting ready to close on my house, hopefully next week.
Sweet.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Have your own lair.
Yes. Because when I came home today, I got a letter on my door saying, "Hey, we're gonna come check your apartment either 19th, 20th, or 21st. Between these times, you can't stop us from coming in. If you try to, blah blah." I'm like, God.
We'll burn it to the ground.
Yeah, you'll go to court. And I was like, fuck this place. I'm ready to get my own place and not get these stupid.
Why? What were they having to do?
They don't say in the letter.
Honestly, we're really bored, and today we had access to the printer,
Yeah,
so
so-
we're
We're
gonna
gonna come
go
in and
through
take all the
your
good
shit.
stuff out of your fridge. Use the toilet and not flush.
The ham you had for your sandwiches was not up to spec, so we took it out of there.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. I'm like, that's fine. I'm moving out anyway, so do whatever you're gonna do.
Just tell them on there, I hate you. If you want to know why I left, it's shit like this.
Yeah. So the more I stay in that apartment, the more I'm like, I'm so ready to be moved out.
But you live right by me, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Not that we ever once hung out, but
I may have
You
waved
come all
at
the way
him
out.
once.
Come all the way out here where I live to hang out.
pretty much, yeah. Now that you're moving, watch, I'm going to be over at your house a lot more. Hey, what's up, Rich? Just came over. 6 in the morning. Yeah, like I was saying, can I borrow your table saw? Everybody at my house keeps yelling because it's too early over there.
So what huge plans do you have for your house? What are the first things you're going to do when you're moving?
Rip out the carpet and work on the bathroom because I'm very particular about how bathrooms look. I'm worried about that. And then go from there. That'll be a big project.
Based on what you heard you describe, it doesn't sound like you're buying a house. It sounds like you're buying a workshop with a bedroom.
Pretty much. It's my project.
17 bedrooms. I'm going to knock 16 of them out and make one huge hall.
Yeah, it's my project house.
Well, this is the master bedroom, but that's my sleeping bag in the closet.
It's the quietest room because when that table saw's going, God, it's loud.
So, but yeah, I got to buy a fridge first and then check out the laundry situation. And yeah, that's about it.
You should get a fridge like the one we got.
Like what?
It makes coffee. I don't know.
It makes coffee?
I stopped
Yeah.
drinking
Your fridge
coffee.
makes coffee?
Yeah, we ended up buying. We bought one because we liked the price and my wife really liked the fridge, and we got it home and it didn't work.
Oh, I remember you telling me about that.
So Lowe's is awesome, but we went back and he gave me a.
I'm not sponsored.
They're not sponsored this podcast, but they sure as fuck sponsored my kitchen. But we went back and he gave me a pretty good discount because it didn't work and I needed a fridge immediately because our freezer was leaking. And we ended up getting the exact same model, but I didn't want an ice and water maker, or ice maker and water dispenser. And the one we picked didn't have that. The one we got does. Oh, yeah, the one we picked didn't have it. The one we got had it, but didn't work. So we ended up getting the exact same thing. It has a little Keurig cup you slide into the fridge and makes Keurig. And the time we've used it, we turned it on, took a video. I was like, look, my fridge makes coffee. And that was the last time we used the Keurig.
That Keurig cup's still in there.
No, it's an attachment. That's what I thought was weird. It's an attachment. Essentially, it just makes hot water, but it has a slide in for a Keurig cup. But I realized that I'm in 2017 when I was like, it takes forever to make the coffee. And Victoria looked at me and she said, your fucking fridge makes coffee. Shut the fuck up. That's not what it takes. I just thought it'd be faster. I wanted it now.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure. Device completely designed around making stuff cool takes a while to heat up.
Yeah.
But yeah. Those are awesome.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna keep it simple because I gotta stay within my budget, and I didn't budget a lot for a fridge.
You should get credit cards because they give you so much money.
Yeah, they
It's
do.
And
free
you could
money.
just spend that.
Yeah. Well, I got rid of them, so I'm trying not to get back on that train of disaster.
Yeah, it's a fun train to be on, though.
Yeah.
It has its highs and it has its lows.
I
For some
have,
reason, the lows last a lot longer than the highs.
but I mean, if it happens, it happens. I'm not gonna beat myself up.
Oh, no. I thought it was
Mhm.
funny.
So, but I'm excited. I have friends over, family. So, I'll
Why?
have a home.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to come over, it's cool. I'll buy pizza and
I actually
beer.
have a
Okay.
plans that weekend.
Every weekend.
I got a podcast thing I do with some friends. You've been there.
Maybe we can have a podcast over there.
Well, we already kind of got it
Break
set
her
up here.
in.
We're already really comfortable. I mean, we're kind of set in our ways now.
Huh.
Next subject. No, it would be cool.
Popper cherry on that.
It's
Hey.
a house.
Yeah.
Okay. That was weird.
We'll wait till you do that.
Stand at the door, wait till you go inside so we could come in now, or you gotta go in every room first. Never mind, I'll wait.
I'll talk to you through the window.
There's beer out here.
Sure is nice inside, guys.
All up in this storage closet. Made that hallway closet my bitch.
So, but you guys start working on any projects?
Yeah. Yeah. I got my sculpture that I'm currently working on that I've started. When did I start it? I think I started it back in March or April.
Right after they finished that song about the Battle of New Orleans.
Yeah, that one.
1815.
Yeah.
4 scores.
Finally making some headway on it and making my YouTube video. So
Nice.
that'll hopefully be up next month, September.
Nice.
Cool.
We saw a little preview of it today. It was really cool.
Sneak peek.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Making.
Stay tuned. There's no sneak peek after this.
I don't normally. In fact, I'd say quite rarely do I do likenesses or sculptures of somebody else's creation, but I really wanted to try the clown Pennywise from the new It movie. I love Tim Curry's version from the old one, but I just really like the way the new one looked, so I figured I'd try it. And I saw a lot of challenges in it, like making the clown clothes and doing the hair and all that stuff. So
You said you were going to get a
Hopefully it
sewing
works.
machine?
yeah, I'm gonna get a sewing machine. I've got the fabric, and I'm going to screw up all the fabric I bought. I'm gonna
That'll
try it.
happen.
It's
okay. It's a part of the natural process to learn how to sew.
oh yeah, definitely.
I've
But
fucked up so much
it's-
fabric.
it's a. I've never made doll clothes, but I know like from seeing like my sister, she was really good at making doll clothes back when she was younger, and my grandma used to make them for her dolls or her Barbies and stuff. And when I seen like they'll sew the clothes and then you can put it on the doll, but with the sculpture it's standing still and it's stuck to a wood base, so I have to kind of make it in a way that I can put it or
You can't articulate
Dress
the doll to fit
Yeah.
the clothes. You have to articulate
yeah, I
the
have
clothes for the
to
doll.
Dress it.
complete the clothes on the sculpture. I can't just slip it over the clown's head and.
Well, when you're
good.
finished with it, just
Put
cut
your
it in
arms out.
half.
Yeah,
Just cut the whole sculpture in half, put all the clothes on, and then epoxy it back together.
I don't really like that idea,
Oh, okay.
honestly. Oh,
Just thought of that. It's an amazing idea.
What do they call it? Whip stitching? Couldn't you like kind of put it on and kind of finish the stitching in some areas?
yeah,
Yeah, but it's pretty noticeable if it's that fine of if it's that fine of.
Well,
most likely
there
what
goes
I'll
your
do
skills.
is I'll try to.
It's just like don't suck and it'll look great.
Yeah,
No, no.
I'll probably try to sew it in a way that I can hide certain stitching areas and just glue it into the.
For some reason,
Unnoticeable areas.
I thought of stripper pants. Do the Velcro.
Get some Flex Seal.
What's that?
I don't know. It seals everything.
Oh,
The guy with the boat, he's going through like a pond, and he took a boat and he cut out the bottom. And
oh yeah.
Put a screen door on it. And I don't know how that would apply to adhesive.
I don't either.
In my head, it was really funny.
So yeah, I'm
All right, you
excited.
guys have a good one. See you later.
Cool.
yeah, I'm excited to finish it. It'll be the first completed sculpture that I got to since I think March. I finished the cake topper for my friend's kid's birthday.
That turned out awesome.
Yeah, that was a challenge. I kind of enjoyed it though, because I rarely, like I said, I rarely do likenesses or things that other people do, but it was likenesses of two of his kids, his twins, and I only had 4.5 days to work on it.
On the bright side, babies look like potatoes. You just gotta
Exactly. That's what it was. He still doesn't know that I use potatoes.
Just two little golden potatoes. Their faces are starting to turn really ugly.
So have you guys watched anything new on YouTube?
On YouTube?
Anything
Yeah, like
interesting?
every time I watch something new.
Really?
They have
no.
videos you may like, and they're all videos I haven't seen before. And I watch those.
Thanks.
It's a lot.
I usually just watch the same ones over and over.
Yeah. Stick to what you know.
I try to watch new things, but
Yeah.
it always goes back to woodworking.
I'm 50-50. Since you didn't ask me what I was up to, I'm going to tell you anyway.
What are you up to, Tubbs?
Well, glad you asked.
Oh,
No.
Rachel, there was a.
No, I was
Who's
thinking.
talking?
I was thinking about when we had first gotten back. We did the podcast as soon as we got back from out of town. All these aspirations of like I haven't been at home to do any of the projects I wanted to work on, and then as soon as I got home, I went outside to work on one of them. And as soon as I stepped outside, like the sun hated my skin enough that it dried it out in 2 seconds,
Yeah.
and I was already thirsty. And I'd taken 4 steps out of my house because it's that hot here. I was like, well, we're not doing crap outside. So I actually turned into a lazy bum for 2 weeks because of the amount of time we were working. That's why we haven't done a podcast. Also, for the listeners, you guys know that because you were at work too. But the amount of time I spent just watching TV was really depressing me. So I decided I wasn't watching TV anymore. I was watching a combination of Criminal Minds and How I Met Your Mother because those shows are almost exactly the same. And I decided, I think earlier this week, that I just was going to watch TV. So that guitar I bought a guitar. It's on my Instagram in Alabama.
What's your Instagram called?
At TubzWorks, I think.
Yeah. That's what it is.
TubzWorks? Yeah, it's TubzWorks. And I took it apart because I was going to ship it. I was going to ship it, but it's just a guitar I bought to practice with. And I got home, and I got these great strings, these DR strings that Dale recommended. And every set he's had that I've played his guitar on his guitars, I was like, oh, they sound great. And then I found they came in neon orange and neon green. So I was like, I'm going to order the neon green ones. And I went to put them on my guitar Tuesday, and they broke. Brand new strings. So I cried. I went to go put the old ones on, and they broke. And I went to go look for picks because I was like, well, this sucks.
And the picks broke.
Well, no, I had the other guitar, so I was looking for picks. And I went to grab the pick, and under the pick was a box of a little package of Fender replacement strings that I bought for my son's guitar. So we have an awful lot of guitars for somebody that doesn't know how to play shit. Like I know one song, and that's the only song I know. But
What song is that?
Wagon
Have you
Wheel.
heard Wagon Wheel?
It's Wagon Wheel. If you guys ever see me out and about and there's a guitar about, I know one song. So, for the right amount of money,
You do play
I'll
it
play
well.
it. But I want to get to playing it more, so I was thinking, since it's hot outside and I can't stretch my creativity muscle, maybe I should practice a little bit of the guitar, trying time management. Because that whole time I was watching TV, I could have been practicing the guitar. And I'd be at least 2 weeks better off than I was 2 weeks ago.
So speaking of that, what do you think of people that when you walk into their house and they just have a wall full of, say for instance, guitars, and they don't play, but like, do you automatically be like, you don't even fucking play, like why do you have all these? Or can you look at it from
As somebody that doesn't play,
like somebody that just appreciates the instrument?
well, like my nephew learned how to play guitar and he picked it up super fast and he loves the way guitars look. Aesthetically, he finds them very pleasing. And one of the things he was telling me was he'd like to have a wall of guitars in his house. And I was like, that's really cool because there's so many different shapes. And I mean, even small intricacies of the same style of guitar. Like the Gibson Les Paul. There's so many variations of it. And if you look at two of them side by side, they look like two completely different guitars, but they're basically the same thing. Just the different things they do to them. So if somebody had an appreciation for music or loves guitars, I mean, I would think you would know how to play them a little bit. But even if they didn't, if you find them appealing,
It's on the same level as having a bunch of gym equipment and not using it.
yeah. Well, no, yeah, I guess. It's like when you buy a book, you buy it for the time you think you're gonna have to read it.
Oh, yeah.
You buy gym equipment, like I'm definitely gonna start working out. But after you buy the treadmill and the free weights, you're like, well, you know what? When I get that stair stepper, I'm definitely gonna start.
That's
working
when
out.
progress is going to happen.
Got that stair stepper. Ooh, need those tension bands. Once those come in, I'm gonna tear this up.
I think of it as like collecting paintings and stuff, because you can appreciate the artists and
Yeah.
and their technique, and the same with guitars or teapots, for example. You can appreciate the artistry or the craftsmanship that went into that, and I think that's cool. But I do think that there are some people out there like kind of get snooty and be like, well, you don't even play. Like, what do you?
Yeah.
That's just jealousy. That's you putting your negativity on somebody else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's times where you're like, oh, I wish I had a guitar to play. I have this amazing skill of guitars and I can't afford one or I can't buy one or whatever the case is. I found
That doesn't happen.
I was gonna say I found in my experience, if you want to play a guitar, you'll find a cheap enough guitar somewhere. If you just want to play the guitar,
Or you'll spend money that should have been responsibly used on something else for your passion.
well, for example, Dale, just out of curiosity, how many different types of saws do you have?
Saws?
Yeah, saws, just saws. Or you know what? One better. How many flashlights do you have in your house?
They're all missing.
I have flashlights, and we were making the joke, like, I like having flashlights, or I'm paranoid about having flashlights. Literally never purchased clay. I have never once purchased clay. You sculpt, buying clay is important to you.
Mm-hmm.
I've never once in my life purchased clay. So if you were like, this clay's $15, I'd be like, damn, what are you doing with it?
Yeah.
I don't know how much clay costs, I just thought of a number,
Yeah.
and it's probably not even close, is it?
No, it's $15 a pound.
Oh shit.
I told you that before.
Did you?
Probably.
I probably pulled it from memory
I
somewhere.
I pay way more than I should though, because I can get it for like $9 on Amazon. But in this heat, if it sits in my mailbox for an hour, it's gonna get cooked.
It's just oily on the bottom of the box.
Yeah. Well, it'll just be rock solid. I wouldn't be able to use it.
Oh, yeah.
And then if I order oil-based clay, I'll just have a box of mud.
But that's important to you. So I think the guitar thing is the same thing.
Yeah.
When people say like, I wish I can do that. No, you don't. Because
It's
if you want to do it, you
priorities.
just fucking do it.
Yeah, it's all about priorities.
Like I'm a bigger boy. I'm of the voluptuous body. And people are like, you can lose weight. I'm like, it's just that I don't want to. Well, I've been trying. Yeah, I've been trying hard enough. Because if you wanted to, like the joke when people say like, I've tried everything to do to lose weight. Okay. Other people have
Everything would have resulted in something.
I would think so. Not to attack anybody, but that's.
I think when people say, I wish I could do that, I see it as they see how happy that person is doing that thing or having that thing, and they can feel that energy, and they think, well, if I have that, then I could be happy too. And it's like, no,
Yeah.
your interests are not going to be the same.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, I've done that before where like, man, I wish I had that because that person looks fucking happy as can be. But then I think, wait a minute here. Okay, would I make the time to appreciate that thing or do it? No, I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so I look at it now where I can see that person doing that thing. I'm like, that's so cool. That's so cool that they found something that piques their interest or there's something they're passionate about at that time. And it's just cool to see that. And so,
Do you think when people do that, like you're talking about, and see something somebody else is doing, and they want to get into it because they saw that person, they want to be happy like that person, or they think that person is. Do you think that's a lack of personal identity? Do you think, or
I think it's a mixture of things. I definitely know. I definitely feel that it comes from either they got inspired by that person, and they want to maybe try their own way of doing it, or their insecurities about themselves. Also has a part in it. So it could go both ways. But I do believe that there are some people out there that, oh man, they're getting all this attention and they're so cool and I'm not cool and I want to be cool and I want to be happy like them and get all this attention.
It takes confidence to create stuff, because if you go into something, I've learned in my personal experiences, if you go into something that you want to make and you don't have the confidence to do it, you're not going to do it. You're not going to, very rarely you're going to accidentally create exactly what you wanted if you don't have the confidence to do it. I've kind of compared it to almost needing for sculpting anyway, or painting or whatever, it almost takes the same amount of confidence to approach the sculpture or approach the painting in order to achieve what you want as it would to go up and tell somebody that you like them. Like, it almost takes that same kind of confidence, in my opinion. I don't know if it is like that for everybody else, but it's a barrier you got to break through in your mind to get to it.
Yeah.
You definitely have to look at something and go, I can make this. Especially if when you're working on something you've never done, you definitely have to look at it and go, I can do this. This is gonna happen when I'm done. This will be a scoop or a knife or a sculpture or this will be an end product that I made.
Yeah.
So there's also a bit of like confidence and like, we're gonna do this because it takes a little bit. You don't just do it blindly. And I think that's partly you were saying an identity thing. I kind of associate it with so for example, Dale being able to sculpt, I can't sculpt for shit. When I seeing how he paints and how much he likes painting the sculptures he makes, I was thinking of making my son a mask that he wants for Halloween. So I talked to Dale about it and I said, hey, if I make it and I get everything done, would you mind painting it? I can probably paint it and make it look close to what it's supposed to look like, or pretty dead on what it's supposed to look like if I took my time. But I know that I'm not going to pay attention to the finer details as much as Dale would. I don't feel jealous because of that, because it's not something that I can do, one or two that I necessarily need to do. Most of the stuff I do is an overall finish. Like when you do wood, you do an overall finish. When you paint a wall. I don't paint smaller details. And I really wanted it to look good, so I was telling Dale, hey, if I made this, would you mind painting it? I feel like if I were jealous of it, I'd be like, I can paint this, or I should paint because it'll make, I will have done it. But the reality of it is, I wouldn't be able to put as much detail into it as Dale would.
Well, I think about you and your knife making. You are putting detail into each knife that you're doing, especially like with my planer blades.
So there's some in my house that I haven't given you? Those?
That's okay, because I still have to make the body, so
I think
it's all good.
Planer blades for the measuring.
Someone's getting a toilet plunger.
Yeah, that's gonna be my
That's when you
Christmas
attack
present.
first, huh?
But you're still putting detail because obviously you want them nice and flat because they need to be. But you're still putting detail as far as like the end product, because I want it to look a certain way. So you're going to make sure that the
big, angry, and round is basically the description of it.
But I don't know. I still see that you're doing that with the knives. You're still sculpting.
Well, but that's the thing is, back to what Dale was saying, it takes the confidence of being able to say, I can do this, to be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Dale can paint, not because one day he woke up and was like, best fucking painter on the planet, but because at one point he said, I'm going to make this leap and do this. And I haven't done that. And I have no real desire to rush into doing it or even trying to do something like that on that fine a detail. But I mean, you've definitely seen his sculptures. If you haven't, look him up. It's Tecnicus Street on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, Tecnicus Street.
Check him out. The detail in the sculptures is fucking incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Different textures he gets out of it, and that's specifically why I asked him, because I know how he paints. I'm like, hey, this is what I want it to look like, and I want it to be awesome because it's my son's for Halloween. So, can you help me out with that? And he said, yeah. That's because I know that I wouldn't be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not jealous of that. In fact, because I'm not, I'm like, hey, can you do that? But I don't feel any way about that, because I know it's not one of my skills. And I think when you do something that makes you happy, go into the identity portion of that, or the jealousy or wanting to be happy. When people make something, if you make kick-ass cutting boards and all you make is cutting boards, and you love making cutting boards, and the only thing you ever fabricate is cutting boards. It's all
Yeah.
you make. Different kinds of cutting boards, different reasons for making cutting boards, but only cutting boards.
And I love making them.
And you see somebody that makes cabinets. You can appreciate what a beautiful cabinet looks like without ever having the need to want to make one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think about it. It might even go to the guitar thing. Like I've never wanted to play guitar, but I fucking love the way it looks, so I bought a shitload and put on my walls.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the different styles. This one's played by this musician. This is my favorite song. So this is when he played it at the livestock, whatever the case is. You don't have to have be envious or have the envy of wanting to play a guitar to appreciate what a guitar looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you're confident in yourself, like Rachel makes cutting boards. Somebody's like, well, you don't make kick-ass stained glass. No, I don't. I don't make stained glass.
Yeah.
Good for you that you make it and you do some beautiful work, but I make stained glass like a person that makes stained glass makes cutting boards. Can they do it? Probably. Can I do stained glass? Probably. We're not going to pay as much attention to detail of the things we don't like to do as the things we do like to do.
Mm-hmm.
So when people when you say the identity thing of like, I wish I can do that for this reason, or I wish I can do that for this reason. Part of it, I think it could be a slew of things, but I think from the not being able to do it standpoint, it's kind of hard. Because, I mean, people do, if you want to make something, you're going to figure out how to make it. If it means something to you, you're going to make it. I have friends that know nothing about woodworking, nothing about carpentry or anything, but they want a box for plants. And they go buy wood, get some screws, a saw, a miter box, and they cut a box to hold plants. Are they woodworkers? No. But they made something out of wood, so I guess they kind of are. It meant more to them to learn how to make the planter box than it ever learned to make a picture frame, but
Mm-hmm.
it mattered to them enough to make it. So I think if something matters to you enough, you generally don't let it. You doesn't, like, I don't know.
Well, while you're thinking about that, it reminds me of like the woodworking. There are things that I would love to learn. You know, all the fancy furniture making, the joinery that you see. But I have to be realistic with where I'm at right now, and appreciate what my skill level is at this point. And then eventually, if I get inspired to try those different things, then I'll try it. But right now, I'm just appreciating what I'm doing and seeing where that goes. Because I see all these woodworkers and I'm like, oh man, I would like to do that. I would like to do that. But then I'm like, wait, they're at that, they were inspired to do those things. So don't put yourself into their shoes when you're not.
I have that mind bubble myself a lot.
Yeah. So like, if it happens, it happens, you know, but appreciate what that person's doing and learn from them. So who knows? You could eventually get there.
Also, I don't know if you run into this problem, but I know that sometimes I'm like, I really want to make this. And I've talked to you about it personally, but there's been times where I'll make something just for the purposes of seeing if I can make it. And then I'm done with it. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do with this now? That's just taking up space in my house.
Mm.
Hey, somebody need one of these? But there's been sometimes where I'm just, I really want to see what that's going to look like as an end product and see if I can do it. So I'll draw up my own, because I love the period craftsman.
Mm-hmm.
Draws up a sketch and it's perfect in every way, and then he cuts the wood perfectly and it all goes together. Mine looks like I told my son to draw a table and then I make the table. There's no in between of pieces or cuts. I'm just like, this is what this cut's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to go into here, and then I write notes all over the table.
And then he yells at you, that's not what I drew.
It's like, thanks, Dad. The picture I drew looks awesome. Your table looks like shit. But yeah, that's how I do it. But the drafting thing, that'd be one thing I'd love to learn how to do, but not that bad because I still haven't done it. It's not that hard. I'm pretty sure I can go buy a book on drafting and see how you do it. I mean, how many books does Dale have on anatomy? I'll say too many. I'm just joking.
I don't have enough. I need more.
But again, that's something that matters to him. So he's gonna look up the research on anatomy to make his stuff more lifelike.
Yeah.
So I think when you say I wish I could do that, there are times also people, I mean, just don't have time for it. I mean, you prioritize time, but there are some people that decided they want to do that when they have 3 kids. You have 3 kids, you're not going to have time to sit there. Today's when I'm going to cut glass. You have 15 minutes. Get to cut, motherfucker. You go. So I mean but some people like a friend of ours that was the friends by the paint by numbers question. She does paint by numbers.
Mm-hmm.
She makes time for that. That matters to her. That makes her happy. She makes time for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something important to her. She doesn't look at paint by numbers and go, "Oh man, one day I will do this." No, she started doing it. Went balls to the wall. That's her peace time. Her
Yeah.
zen moments is her painting that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people it's video games. Some people it's music.
Yeah. I think if we just appreciated for people for what they were doing, I think
Nah, that sounds hippie. I don't like it.
peace, love, and happiness, man. I don't know. I think society could be a little bit more positive or appreciative instead of
For
trying
me,
to.
a lot of times I have to understand someone's motives behind what they're doing before I can appreciate it.
Yeah, you're pretty cynical.
Can't help it.
How does that make
Wrong
you feel?
No, it's,
I feel like we need a couch in here sometimes.
The chaise lounge.
Therapy time.
But yeah. What was that? That wasn't even a topic.
Well, it was
It is
inspired.
now.
It was inspired to be a topic.
Burn through our topic time. I'm joking.
So what's another topic?
The topic we have, I will let you pick number 1, 2, or 3, and I will not tell you which one they are.
Oh,
Dale, go first.
1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, those are the options.
Oh.
Your mother. That's not Sean Connery from Saturday Night Live for some reason.
123.
Yeah.
All
Decisions.
right, well, Rachel entered off the podcast. So, just me. No. Rachel, pick 1, 2, or 3.
2.
Organization.
Yeah.
But I said 3.
It doesn't matter. Did you really say 3?
Yeah.
Oh,
You'll hear it
Did
when
you?
we play back the podcast.
okay.
No, it's okay.
It's just rolling audio, and then it stops 3. It goes back.
I can edit that in, so I'm more right.
Let's do 3, just because.
Okay, let's do 3.
No. No, I feel guilty.
Yep.
We're
Let's
going to do
do
that
3.
topic. You're going to feel the whole fucking time we're doing it.
I'm kidding. I feel no guilt.
Who is the artist? The person that refurbishes or refinishes, or the creator of the piece that was made?
I think both are artists.
In their own right.
Yeah, their own right. Because
I think that sounds like the participation award.
Their own respect.
everybody's a winner.
Depending on the product.
Did you try your hardest?
If the refurbisher makes it look better than the original, then the refurbisher wins.
True that, true that.
And if the originator makes a good one and the refurbisher completely screws it
Shit's
up,
all over it.
well then there's your answer.
A while back ago, I bought a book by of Ansel Adams photography, and I took a picture and I did a post on my Facebook, and I was like, oh my
Take
gosh.
a picture of a picture? That's Adam's
There's a
work,
book.
Rachel.
So I was like, oh my gosh, he's an amazing photographer, blah blah. And then my dad, being a little historian that he is, freaking smart. Anyways, he was like, yeah, he was a great photographer, but his darkroom guy actually helped highlight certain areas in his photographs and blah blah. And I was like, never thought about that. I always thought he did it from cradle to grave.
It's kind of like there's, like now, I mean, that's probably, you're probably talking about film, but even now there's photographers that take really shitty pictures, but then once they put it in Photoshop, then it looks great.
Yeah.
They're not great photographers, but they're great photoshoppers.
Mm-hmm.
Took 2 seconds taking this picture and 3 hours cleaning it up. I'm the best ever.
So
That's like the little kid that playing baseball with himself. He throws the ball in the air. I'm the greatest batter in the world, swings and misses. Throws it up again. I'm the greatest batter in the world, swings and misses. Throws it up in the air. I'm the greatest batter in the world, swings and misses. Picks up the ball, stares at it. I'm the greatest pitcher in the world.
So the person behind the scenes, could they in my mind they're also considered an artist as well.
Who?
The person behind the scenes, the person that you don't ever hear about.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Fake news.
Okay, Trump. So
dare you?
And then there's also the people that will, what do they call it? The take old paintings and they fix them or whatever.
Deface them?
The first thing,
No.
the first thing I thought of was that Jesus painting.
Oh
that.
my gosh, me too. That was a high five.
That was a good
Because
game.
you guys weren't here to see it.
Have you seen that?
Remind
That
me?
lady. Oh,
It was oh, I have an iPad, I can look it up. Duh.
oh, okay.
There
There
All
was
this technology.
there was this lady that was hired to fix this old painting. It was Jesus, right? What? What?
Something else, I'll tell you later.
Fix,
Yeah.
fix this old painting of Jesus, and when she painted over it, it looked horrible. She completely changed it.
What happened was that the painting was slowly deteriorating. And it was Jesus' face with like a robe and a sash, whatever.
And that was for real, right? That really
He graduated.
happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's like, somebody should repair that. And the church was like, we don't have money to do that. But it was really, really, really old painting. So she's like, it's all right. I hit up Wally World, got me some paintbrushes and some paint. I'm gonna hit you guys up.
Finger paints. It had to be
And she
finger
painted it so many times that
What do people search when they want to go look this up?
well, being the amazing searcher I am, I typed in Roman ruins Jesus painting, but it's a fresco, woman ruins fresco and restoration attempt. It was in the story it was an elderly woman. It was
So who's the real artist there? I'm gonna have to put that slide on the video, on the
I bet you
podcast
that
video.
artist-
it's in
Like
Borges,
the-
Spain.
I bet the spirit of the artist saw that and was probably like, just threw his arms up.
What'd you
Fuck
do?
this.
It's awesome
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
it looks like a dude with a neck beard.
We should take a picture of that and put it on Instagram so people know what we're talking about.
though. Yes.
Yeah, but it's pretty brutal.
It looks very
I would say the artist.
Picasso does Da
yeah.
Vinci.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad though. Yeah, I would say that picture was ruined.
It's ruined.
It's ruined. Yeah, it's.
Oh, it's amazing.
I would just hit Google.
Is that the picture of the?
What?
Is
I
that-
don't think so. It was an older. It's in Spain. That lady doesn't look Spanish.
Judge a book by its cover time.
Yep, every time. If you made a good book, you should have put a good cover on it. That's your own fault.
Have you been to Spain? Do you know what they look like?
Yeah, look.
No, but I've seen movies. All right, where are we at? Who the actual artist is refurbished? I think in some situations both, in some situations neither.
That's an extreme.
It also,
Or one or the other.
well, I mean, like I kind of agree with Dale. There are sometimes a refurbisher will take something. I mean, even something as simple as I wanted to make this for my son, and somebody comes up and does something completely different with it, and makes it look 1,000 times better. I think I did what I could for it. And my level stopped, and
I
somebody else
loosened it
came
for
in.
you.
You got it when it was tired. Of course, it fucking did that. But I thought, yeah, I kind of agree. It depends on the situation. Next topic.
Sure.
Everybody got real quiet.
Yeah.
We're not having Dead Space this time. Do you still play the jingle if there's Dead Space?
No.
Oh, that sucks. Next topic is organization.
So what do you guys do to keep organized in your busy lives?
Well, in order to not worry about being disorganized, I just don't organize. For me, it's
Why do
It's
I feel
kinda
like you're
weird.
not joking?
I am sort of not joking. Like, for me, I love for the main living area of my house to be clean. Like my kitchen and my living room for the most part. It gets messy because I got cats, but when it comes to my art room or my bedroom, it looks like somebody threw a hand grenade in there.
So the people who are going to look at rooms are good to go? The private, I do my own thing rooms?
Yeah.
Because
and
I've been
I
in
don't-
your art room at its most disorganized, at least the way you say it's
Yeah.
most disorganized. It doesn't look bad. It's just like you're working in here.
Yeah.
I mean,
But honestly, I don't think I partially keep my main living area clean for guests, but for me, it's mostly me that I do it. I don't know. I think a kitchen should look clean because that's where food is.
Agreed.
Unless you're a hoarder.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Hoarder?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why does prostitution have anything to do with helping your kitchen? I don't know. I have like a plan. As far as organization, I am not very organized with my tools, but I also share a living space with people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of not going to happen so much. But as far as organization, when I'm working on stuff, I like to have a like solid A, B, C is going to happen today.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I need for this. This is what I need for this. This is what I need for this. So I'll organize my workspace. But like you've been to my house, I don't have a shed or a work area. I usually work outside. So I'll throw up a pop up. I'll bring all my tools that I'm going to need for that particular project. Try to make the ones that I might need easily accessible, and I'll knock as much as I can out. And then when I'm done, since I don't have, I put everything back at night.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of do have to keep organized because I have to be able to pull it in and out 2 or 3 times a weekend.
Mm-hmm. I started doing this thing where I bought an organizer, and I do this every year. I buy an organizer, and I never use it, but this time I'm actually making an effort to using it. Anyways, I've been listening to this podcast called Made for Profit, and they were talking about goals and listing things, and I've been listing out the things that I need to do for projects each day when I go to the shop. And if I don't accomplish those things, at least I have a direction of where to go. And if I don't do it, I don't beat myself up over it. But at least it gives me a direction on where to go with things. So that's one thing I've started to do to help keep me organized. And I don't consider it like, here's my goals for the day, because I think when you start using the term goal, you put a lot of pressure on yourself, and when it's not accomplished, then you're like, well, there's another goal I didn't accomplish. Whereas like with me, okay, here's the things that I just need to do. Whether they get done today or not, it'll get pushed to the next day, and so on until it gets done. But that's what I do to keep organized.
I think that's a you thing.
Yeah.
Because no, I don't mean that like a it's a you thing. Because sometimes I do like to I would like to finish this. I don't feel terrible if they're not. I do feel kind of shit and finish them, but I'm not like never doing it again because I didn't finish. Mm-hmm. It's more like it's a way in my head to keep myself motivated to keep moving. So I don't either take too many breaks or get sidetracked or have squirrel thoughts and do other stuff. Mm-hmm. It's so I know, like, I've started at 10 in the morning. I'm going to stop around 2 in the afternoon. I at least want to have these 2 things done. And then halfway through the first one, I'm like, oh, look, wood, let's go play with that. I got to cut this up. And then an hour later, I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
I got to finish my 2. So I run back to what I'm doing. It's kind of a way to keep my head in a space of, at the end of the day, this should be done. Depending on my stupidity level, it will or won't get done. So.
See, that's the thing that torments me when I'm doing when it comes to my art stuff. I think I mentioned it before in one of the other podcasts, but when I'm working on a project, I'll start sculpting, and then while I'm sculpting, I kind of go into autopilot mode, and I start thinking about the video that I'm going to be editing. So then all of a sudden I just stop and go try to edit the video, and then I'm like, oh man, what song should go with this? And I start listening to different music to put into it. And by the end of 10 hours, I barely got anywhere.
I do that with woodworking sometimes, like.
It's the equivalent. Your work ethic is the equivalent of trying to watch something on Netflix. Yeah. 4 hours of looking for something, 20 minutes of watching an episode. Sorry.
That's okay. But I'll be doing something, and then we'll glue something up or whatever, and then I'm like, oh, I wonder what woods we have to do this next project, and so I go back and forth. Like I'll go and look at the woods that we have, or what tools that we have to accomplish this thing, and so I'm very ADD in the shop, and so I get that. I understand what you're saying.
If I was ever to go hunting, I think the animal would die of old age before I shot it.
They'll just follow you around.
Yeah. So this guy's safe.
I think everybody has their own way of trying to be organized.
Yeah. Organized chaos, as my mom puts it.
Yeah.
We accidentally hit the other topic on here.
Which one?
That's okay.
Goals helpful or not?
Oh,
No,
that's fine.
I think they kind of go hand in hand.
I guess.
Yeah, when Rachel changes the topic.
Hey, I gotta change the rules. That's
On the
my
bright
rule.
side, we have segments today. We're trying something different to mix it up on the podcast.
Oh no, but we have so many fans, we don't want to disappoint them.
Listen, all 6 of you, dozens. No, we were trying to think of segments because sometimes we ramble, as you have heard in the last 10 episodes. 10 hours of your life you won't get back.
11, we did
But
11.
thank you. 11 episodes, 110 hours you won't. Well, no.
Oh wait, we did one without you.
I'm not good at numbers.
I'm just kidding.
But we were thinking of stuff we can talk about other than stuff we talk about, so we thought of more stuff to talk about in a segment we call favorites. Because my idea was stuff Rachel hates, but we only have an hour on the podcast, so. And Rachel told me that was a mean idea.
I'm trying
Well,
to
we
think
could set a timer. Stuff Rachel hates. 30 seconds. Go.
Or you could ask
Oh,
me,
yeah.
is there anything new that I hate? Probably.
If you guys want to
Sounds
hear,
like you have something to say.
Yeah.
if you guys want to hear the segment stuff Rachel hates, just write us a comment.
When people point out stupid shit.
Hey, we didn't ask you yet. Nobody wants to hear it. Wait for the comments. All right, well, let's do the first segment, stuff Rachel hates.
My new
1 minute.
annoyance.
Hold up. 1 minute and go.
When my new annoyance is when somebody points out something that doesn't need to be pointed out, and I waste like 30 seconds of my life being engaged in that. That annoys me. Because I'm the queen of overthinking, and when somebody else overthinks more than me, I'm like,
How dare you?
yeah, that didn't need to be.
If somebody
I thought about this way more than you could possibly.
If somebody overthinks more than you, then he's the king of overthinking, and you guys should get married.
No,
That's how kings and queens work, Rachel. Look it up.
not in this day. It's,
So dumb.
it's 2017, dude.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, so that's it.
No, you still got 20 seconds or 15 seconds.
There's so many. Where to start?
Okay.
You.
Anyways.
All right.
This is
Done.
unlike you, Rachel.
No, I know. I even had a beer.
Huh.
Maybe
No,
that was-
time's over. Time's over.
You're done.
You had your time. Please. We're trying to move on to the next one. The next one we
I
were
hate
trying to
it when
think of.
people cut me off.
Oh, I do. I want to talk about. I do love it when I make a coworker spit out their food from laughing. That's my new love.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's your daily goal now,
Yeah.
just to get through the day.
That
There
happened.
better be food on the floor by the time I leave.
And it happened today. It was amazing.
Or the day is wasted. All right. And the next one was favorites. We've talked about listening to music and shows and stuff like that, so we figured we would let you know what we were listening to, watching this week. Rachel, would you like to go first?
What's the question
Music.
again? I'm sorry.
What music are you listening to, or have you been listening to recently?
I've been listening to Native American flute music quite a bit. You ever heard it?
I've heard Native American flutes before.
Yeah. But there's a guy out there, his name is Carlos Nakai, and he does Native American flute music. It's really beautiful. It's beautiful. You want to hear it?
Which
No.
tribe?
We don't have,
He's from the...
We don't have the rights to that music. You can't
Oh,
play.
yeah, that's right. Damn it.
Oh no, we can't listen to it.
Anyways, look up Carlos Nakai. Nakai. And I've been listening to that.
Cool. Dale,
It's very calming.
What?
what music have you been listening to this week, or as of late?
Your mom.
Damn. You know, there's a microphone right in front of you, right?
I have. Mostly this week, I've been listening to a band called Me and That Man, which is. It's almost kind of a.
If you tell me it's you and a guy beatboxing, I'm gonna hurt you.
Look at my
No.
Just go to
It's, it's almost like a bluesy sort of country style music, but it's got the lead singer from the black metal band, like black death metal from Poland. It's got the lead singer from that band doing country, which is he's surprisingly good for a Polish guy doing country music. It's I don't know, it's good music. I like it.
Cool.
Sounds good. Tubbs.
I have been listening to. I actually heard them a few months ago. Alabama Shakes. I found one of their songs on YouTube.
No, I showed you.
Was it you that showed
Yeah.
it?
I sent it to you. I was like, you gotta listen to this. You'll like it.
Oh, maybe that's why I didn't listen to it the first time. No, but I started listening to one song and it was "Hold On,"
Yeah.
and then I noticed I kept going to YouTube to look up the video. I was like, I'm just gonna buy the damn song. So I was going through and I was scrolling through the different songs on the album. So I bought the album
Yeah.
that it was on, and I've been kind of cycling through that once a day.
I just love the singer. Just very soulful. Even when she plays the guitar, it's very soulful.
Yeah. But that's what I've been listening to. Have you guys seen any movies or are there any shows you're watching?
I'm catching up on Game of Thrones.
I kind of stopped
Yeah,
watching that. I don't know why.
I had watched the first 3 seasons when it first started, so I was caught up for the first 3 seasons, and then my roommate moved out because he was downloading them, and I wasn't gonna pay for HBO, so I was like, well, I guess I'll never see that show. But I finally got HBO on Amazon, so I've been trying to catch up. And yeah. Oh, and love Stranger Things. That's good.
Did the new season come out?
No, yeah, it comes out on I think Halloween actually this year.
I've been watching Once Upon a Time. It's actually pretty good. I think I'm on the 2nd season, but I need to rewatch the 1st season because I tend to space out or I get busy doing things. So, but it's pretty good so far. Tubbs.
I was telling you guys when I was we were talking about me not doing anything earlier. I've been watching a combination of binge watching or marathoning, if you will, Criminal Minds and How I Met Your Mother. Yeah, I got a problem.
I have been watching Forensic Files on Netflix. I love that show. They're just 20-minute episodes, and they show how they solve crimes with forensics. Pretty cool. There's so many freaking episodes. I think they don't even have them by seasons. They have them by collections, and each collection has like 50 episodes.
Damn.
There's 9 of them. There's a lot of episodes.
Damn.
It's freaking awesome.
That's cool.
And in this segment, is there any tools that you guys prefer to other tools that you have?
Huh?
For your craft or your trade?
It's the right tool for the job, so no. That was a pretentious answer.
Douche
And
chill.
we're done.
For airbrushing, I prefer my side feed airbrush, which is kind of a mix between a siphon feed, which sucks up the paint, and it's like in between siphon feed and gravity feed, which the paint falls onto the needle and gets blown out with air, so it's kind of in the middle. I don't even know if I explained that well enough, but
I have no clue what you're talking
okay,
about.
cool. But you asked, so
Well, somebody one of the 3 listeners probably listens to
yeah.
Rachel?
It just depends. If you think about brands, there's some tools that I got from Harbor Freight that are amazing.
Oh,
And
that's what we're supposed to say.
no,
You answer what's in your heart, Dale.
but
Don't pay attention to Rachel's corporate answer.
but
All
there's
this advertisement. And, yeah.
there's some tools that other woodworkers have used, and they think, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like the Gator brand of sandpaper.
I love it.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
On the bright side, Rachel actually won a giveaway, and I got some free Gator sandpaper.
Yeah, but we kept the other. There's some other stuff that Gator sandpaper makes, and they actually Tracy loves
Well,
it.
the pads you gave me fit the orbital sand you gave me.
Yeah, but I know it just depends on. there's some things that people can get to work, and then I can't. I don't know what it
I
is.
thought you were answering the right tool for the right job in a very long way. I was like, come on, man.
I started to, but then I was like,
Gotcha.
no, I'm gonna sound like a douche. But
Well,
I
that's
don't
not the
know.
answer that would make you sound that way.
Well, I don't know what it is. That's one thing that I found. There's some things that people can get to work, and other things you can't.
This is true.
And so there's a table saw that I would like for us to have.
But they don't hand those out, probably.
No, they
They're
don't.
like, hey, you want one? Because we got like 2 minutes today.
So I don't know. I that's interesting to me as far as like it's the same tool, you know, it's the same machining and everything, but I can't for some reason I can't get to work, but this person can.
Is that like when I got that planer and I was telling you I think something's wrong with the planer and I forgot to check the wood for snails?
For snails?
For nails.
Oh, I was like,
Well, I ran it and I was
Snails
like,
on the
wow,
wood?
this planer sucks. It's a brand new plane and it sucks ass. I looked at the blade. I had chewed it up in 4 passes.
oh wow.
Whack! I was like, well, that's weird. I'm not supposed to do that. Whack! Because instead of being a smart thinker, and if I hear a weird noise with something I've never used, I should probably check what that noise was. But the guy that was really excited about having a planer was just like, no, that just means you have to keep going. So there's 3 or 4 huge chips in the brand new plane blade. I was like, well, grinding that off now. So I ground it down back to normal, sharpened it, and I was like, oh, that's how they're supposed to glide across the wood.
Oh, can I change my answer?
No.
Yes. Well,
I'm
it was
conflicted.
Yes.
Oh.
yes.
For sculpting, I have easily between 70 and 80 sculpting tools of different kinds, but there's 2 that I primarily use the most, and there's one of my wooden tools, and then also I have dental pick that my sister gave me that I've been using that since I started sculpting, and that thing is awesome. You can do basically everything. I probably do 95% of my sculpting with that.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
It was
It's
something
one of the
like what I
coolest
had in
tools
mind.
ever.
My answer, what I had in mind when I thought about that, is for the first time I bought a rasp, and it was just a smaller. I think I showed it to you. It's that really tiny rasp that has the removable blade on it. For the first time, I bought one of those, and I had seen other people use them, and they've used like the Farrier's rasp type rasps. And I bought it thinking like, well, it's like $10 or $15. I'll check it out and see if it does it. And I started using it and I fell in love with it like immediately. The amount of media it removes in one pass, and just being able to slightly do baby or you can do some pretty fine little gouges and then come back and just clean it up really quick with sandpaper. I thought that was the awesomest. I'd never had one. I'd never used them before. So I was like, well, what could this possibly be doing? 15. I think it was $15. I was like, how much is it gonna hurt to get it? So I got it, and I was me and my nephew were working on these guitar hooks, and just the style I just happened to look up and I thought it looked pretty cool, and he likes woodworking or working on projects, so I like hanging out with him. I like woodworking. Fuck it, we'll put them together, and I think we have like 6 or 7 different types of hooks that we're gonna make, but with me going out of town and it being hot as shit outside, we haven't really gotten to it. But I got that rasp and I just started shaping one of them because we basically made the same templates. And I said, you shape them however you want to. It's going to be yours, you know. Shape it how you want it to look. And he was using that little 1x30-inch sander to do it. And I was showing him kind of techniques on that. And I got the rasp and I started moving. And I just really liked how I can take corners off in seconds, round it off the way I wanted to, get a pretty uniform round instead of having a... And that's what I was thinking of when I was like, oh, what's the tool? It's a silly tool. It's not an expensive tool. It's nothing crazy. But it's like when you buy your first little tiny planer. You're like, this is the best thing ever. I can use this forever.
I don't know. I guess I don't have like one favorite.
Oh, it's just something you were thinking of that you're like, hey, this is really like he was saying with the dental pick, or just something that you're like, hey, that's kind of cool.
I really like the table saw. A lot of people are scared and intimidated by the table saw, but
That's because if you fall on it, you die.
Yeah.
There's 2 modes.
I've seen movies.
Fall on it, die.
well,
and woodworking.
And people get scared of the kickback because that has
When
happened.
you get kickback, you're fucking scared of it. That
Oh, yeah.
shit hurts so bad.
It does hurt, but it doesn't stop me or scare me from getting kickback.
You haven't got the right kind of oak to your stomach, chest, and face.
No, I've got some pretty good kickback.
Just
in
stand on the other side of the saw.
That's a good call.
No.
Pull it through.
Yeah, that sounds safe. That sounds safe.
No, there was I
Just
think
lean
it was
over
like
the blade and pull it towards you.
Hashtag OSHA, is this okay?
I've done that. I've had to do that before. But
No, you should never have to do that.
no, it worked.
It
was a long piece.
Call an OSHA.
But to kind of give you an example of like how much I'm not afraid of it, there was I think it was like a couple weekends ago or whatever. We were running a board through the table saw, and I could feel it start to want to kick back, and it made a noise, and Tracy jumped away, and I just started laughing.
She grabbed it. Not today, motherfucker.
And I shouldn't have laughed. That shouldn't have been something that made me laugh.
Psychopath.
Yeah. But I just kind of put more pressure down on the wood. I just started laughing. I'm like, keep going. I mean, because if it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Catches a splinter to the face.
I felt that because
Do I pull it out or leave it in? Do I pull it out or leave it in?
there's been times I've cut like a certain angle on a cutting board on the miter saw, and because of how much wood was cut off, it was, if you lift the blade, well, it's going to catch that piece of wood, and it's going to send it. I did that one time, and it sent it flying back towards Tracy. And she thought she was in a safe zone. So whenever I get ready to do that stuff, she just stays far away.
You can gouge the miter saw I have. You can actually gouge the backstop with the blade.
Yeah.
And I found that out when I was cutting an angle in a piece of wood. I was like, okay, baby stepping it. And that exact thing happened, and it smacked me just above my elbow on the fish belly part of my arm, just above my elbow, and I went, ow! And at that process, I heard, I took the blade off and like inspected because I got a miter saw from Rachel, and it has a Diablo blade, which I love. Well, it's aluminum, but it still scared the shit out of me, so I'm sitting there inspecting every little tooth on it. Mm-hmm. No, we're good. There's a little gouge on it. But that shit hurts.
Yeah.
Though I will say though, honestly, the table saw kickback is a lot worse, in my opinion. But
It is, but I don't know. Some psychotic way it doesn't scare me.
your anguish sustains me.
Talking about saws and stuff reminds me of when I worked at a lumber yard, and our lumber yard foreman was always harping on everybody: wear your safety glasses, wear your gloves, don't wear your gloves when using the circular saws, make sure everybody follows all the safety rules and everything. He came out to the lumber yard to help a customer because everybody else was busy, and they needed a cut on it was a 2x4 or something. So since he was in charge, he doesn't have to follow the rules. So he went right up to the chop saw and put the board on there, and he cut it without the glasses, and they got a splinter straight in his eye. He got a splinter in his eye and went straight to the emergency room. We're like, what happened to him?
Where's your safety glasses?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, companies get super screwed by OSHA when they do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
They get pretty heavy when they
Oh
do
yeah.
stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm pretty satisfied.
Yeah.
Are you guys satisfied?
I think so.
I don't know why I accented the I that weird. It felt fun, so I did it.
Yeah.
Well, that was the podcast.
Yeah.
Play outro now. Just joking. You guys have an awesome one.
Thank you.
Oh, if you guys have any
not.
topic suggestions, yeah, sorry,
Welcome
I forgot to plug. I forgot to plug the podcast.
Episode
If you guys
12.5.
P.S.
Postscript. That's what PS stands for.
Yeah. People don't do that anymore.
I think it stands for please stop.
No, it's postscript.
Oh.
Because the script is there, then you sign it, and then postscript is after the script.
Thank you for
Mr.
explaining my joke away. It was a bad joke, so.
But catch us on Instagram at, I don't know why I said catch us. Who's, God, somebody else did it.
Year is it?
I don't know. We're on Instagram at WIPP Podcast. You can email us at artistwhip@gmail.com. If you have any questions for me, Rachel, or Dale, get us on either one of those. On YouTube, which you're probably listening to now, we're the Work in Progress Podcast. Thanks for listening. Stay awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Best outro ever.
Later.
Bye.